Welcome to my review of Overide Mech City Brawl. My name's Juan and this is SwitchWatch. If you're a new watcher here, consider subscribing for regular weekly content where we let you know which bargains are available on the Nintendo Switch on a weekly basis and which physical games are due out. Also, of course, for reviews like this. And lastly, for your chance to win a Nintendo Switch Lite and Zelda's Link's Awakening, we'll be giving both away when we hit 50,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and bell notification right now so we can get there as quickly as possible. Now, what do we have here then? Massive mechs. Okay, my interest is piqued. Able to fight online, locally, and look freaking awesome. You add me at hello. I think here at SwitchWatch, anything involving mechs or robots is always of interest, but when you make them massive like here and you're able to fight each other with destructible environments, lots of choice in the mech department, and you choose to throw in some special moves and weapons, this has all the makings to be great. But is it? Let's talk about that story. It's basic, to put it mildly. You're the pilot of these mechs, you're called in to help rid environments of these aliens. To be honest, this is really just to get you used to the controls and more of a tutorial more than anything else. It's fun for a while, but it does become rather stale, repetitive, far too quickly. The story doesn't have any sort of pull to hook you in either. Each environment you visit is basically a small space where you have to carry out your task. That's to clear the waves or protect a prototype mech, for example. And once you complete each mission within the campaign, you move on to the next. You've got a range of missions that you can choose, ranging from easy, medium or hard. Now, in terms of gameplay, Overide Mech City Brawl says it on the tin really. Here we have a mech-based brawler where you have the pleasure of controlling these gigantic robots. Some are smaller, some are medium in size, in a 1v1 brawl, 4-person online, free-for-all, or a 2 to 4 player party co-op. There are 16 giant bots, each with distinctive styles in how they fight to pick from. And the gameplay for me though is a real mixed bag, which I found rather disappointing. It's shallow, lacking in depth in the combat especially, and well, it would have been nice had there been a few more combos that you could link together. Each mech has their own range of moves, but the basics are your light punches, kicks, using the shoulder buttons, and holding these down gives you a much harder punch or kick, although you have to sort of release these after a period of time, which requires a little bit more timing to hit. You can jump and use your thrusters to fly for a limited amount of time, and also dash in either direction, either on the ground or in the air, useful for dodging incoming attacks. There is a shield if you require, and you're also able to pick up a range of weapons from the battlefield, either melee, ranged attack, or shields if you like, and some guns. The problem with it though is it feels clumsy in both its execution and implementation. The battles just don't feel very satisfying, and there seems to be a little bit of lag between pressing the button and actually the move happening in front of you. I was not expecting that. I wanted these mechs to go crashing in against each other, for it to feel a lot more grandeur than it does. Instead, it feels a little bit like a couple of drunk fighters throwing punches in a bit of an unwieldy fashion. There's a good variety of mechs to choose from though, and this game really shines when either playing co-op with a friend or against each other. You can use bots, but it's never going to be as competitive, especially as the AI is not the brightest in the box. Mechs can also perform a range of special moves which look impressive once your bar is filled by taking hits. Each bar is split into 4 parts, which you can either use part of the bar to perform a smaller special, or wait for it to fill up so that you can perform the mega special. The big boy special though produces an animation, and while it looks cool, it takes you out of the action for a few seconds, and when this happens a few times in a row, when everybody's sort of pulling off their special moves, it becomes really annoying over time. I didn't find the fights especially engaging or compelling, and while there is fun to be had, the game just didn't manage to hold my attention for long, as the battles are not focused enough. In the end, you have a few mechs which you will enjoy playing with, the rest are not really worth putting the time into. There are skins that you can purchase and better weapons, and these unlocks give you a little more motivation to complete that story mode. The bigger problem though is going to be the lack of online players here, and that is probably why you're going to buy this game. The game is rather expensive, so if you want to play online, there are far better games that you can have fun with friends, often for free on the Nintendo Switch, which does not require you spending the best part of $40. The campaign's nowhere near good enough to warrant that fee. Really, they should have a free version so that you can get online, and the battles should be offered to you as players for free, and if you want to then spend money on skins, then so be it. But that really should be the model they go for, just to get some sort of player base on the Nintendo Switch. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with a $40 game with no one to play online with. The only saving grace will be that local multiplayer, so if you do have a few friends to play with at home, then this could be for you. In terms of the audio, the main track is rather epic sounding, quite memorable to be fair. In the main, the sound effects are decent enough. I wanted it to feel a bit more punchy than it does, but the weapons do sound rather good. Metal on metal when the bots are hitting each other could have sounded better. Crashing into buildings sounds good, but I felt with a bigger budget they could have probably made this a lot more epic in scale. Visuals, I rather liked the design here, and the performance is quite good considering everything that's going on screen, so the game has quite a bit going for it there. There's a nice wide range of mechs which are designed to look different and have their own style. Effects and the explosions and destructible environments look decent enough, and in handheld, having big mechs fill the screen looks rather impressive. Performance though was rather hit and miss. Unfortunately, I'd get dogged by that slowdown from time to time, and the game would miss a few frames here and there, and of course in portable mode it doesn't quite look as impressive as on the big screen and docked. It runs pretty steady at 30 frames per second. Now here's where I have a problem, and that's in terms of the value. I've already spoken a little bit about the cost of this game, and well, you're looking at $39.99 in the US, and for our UK friends, you're looking at £34.99. I'll give it to you straight, that's too much for this game, and I would recommend waiting for a deep sale, or you'll end up with an expensive piece of software, which at the moment, you're not going to be able to utilise till its fullest, as there's just a real lack of player base on the Switch right now. At times, I wouldn't even be able to find one person, let alone four, to play the full mode. It does not support cross-platform either, so you won't be able to play against other people on other consoles. I don't know what the player base is like elsewhere. The story mode is just too shallow to keep you invested, and the reality is that this is not going to keep you interested for long enough. It's going to give you a limited amount of hours. However, I do temper that if you've got a few friends round and you can play with each other in a sort of local multiplayer, then this is going to hold your interest for a little bit longer. In terms of my verdict, well, my mother would always say to me, there are some beautiful women out there, but if they've got no personality or lack substance, then the relationship's not going to last 5 seconds, and boy was she right. That saying reminds me of this game. Rather good to look at, you'll get some fun out of it, only if you're able to play against people online or some friends at home. Avoid though if you're not looking to play an online game, as the story campaign lacks any personality or substance, and even when you do get online, the game is just far too shallow to keep you interested for enough time, no matter how impressive it looks. Only get this then if you have people to play with, a huge mech fan, or have money to burn. The rest of you wait for a very deep sale, as it's far too expensive at the moment and lacking a player base. For me, a disappointing 6 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Game really does look good, but is that enough for you to lay down the coin for it? I'd really love to know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and you're still here watching, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It really does help us out, and we do appreciate all of your support. Want to offer a warm welcome to all of our new subscribers and watchers, and for those of you that are existing subscribers and watchers that have been here a long time, we really do value your support. It doesn't go unnoticed, so thank you so much. Don't forget, if you are a new watcher, hit that subscribe button and bell notification for your chance to win a Nintendo Switch Lite and Zelda's Link's Awakening. For those of you, again, that are existing subscribers, you're already in the draw, so you don't need to do anything else. I'm going to put up some videos for you now, ladies and gentlemen. One of those is a physical guide, so games that are released weekly, which are only physicals that Jordan concentrates on a weekly basis, so check that out. James also does a budget games video, which is really, really useful because he dissects everything that's on that eShop and lets you know what games are worth buying. So check that video out as well. And if you want to hear more of my voice, then I'll stick another review up for you so you can check that out also. Thank you so much, everybody. My name's Juan Romero, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care.